Now I have the privilege to invite our real chief guest today, Professor P.T. Manoharan, an eminent scientist, fellow of the National Academy of Sciences, fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences, fellow of the International Innovation Foundation, Raja Ramanna Fellow, and also the Sir C.V. Raman Chair Professor at IGNOU. May I invite?
Honorable Sheikh Kapilji, Minister for HRD, Professor Rajasekaran Pillai, Honorable Vice Chancellor of IGNOU, members of the Board of Management, members of the Academic Council, graduates, visitors, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I am very happy to have the unique honor of being a guest of honor on this very important occasion of IGNOU. The yearly important occasion is convocation, where now I understand nearly 2.2 lakhs of students, as 220,000 students from all over India and the rest of many countries outside. You even saw some of the students were getting their prizes, gold medals, etc. here from Saudi Arabia, Nepal and so on. And I would like to congratulate all of them on this very important occasion. When we say that you get a degree or a diploma from whatever university, it's a great noble act. And not only that, this is what we call as a gateway to progress. No country can progress without education. Fortunately, in the past several years, IGNOU has taken some major initiatives, and some of the initiatives are extremely noble, in the sense we were able to show some kind of a, what's called future prospects for army men who will be retiring much earlier than other people. And of course, we talk about gender initiatives. There are plenty of them over here. And you can go on and on. And in good sense of Indira Gandhi National Open University, they have recently created many chairs. One of them, that's I myself occupy this for Raman Chair, Sir C.V. Raman Chair for Science Education. Now the point is, science is something very unique. In the past about 2.5 centuries, nothing would have moved except for science. Now it so happens, technology is a product of science, basic science. Without basic science, there can't be any technology. And I'm always fond of telling everywhere, without science there is no technology, but of course technology feeds to science back again, and science improves, and science gives more innovations. Automatically technology is the other byproducts. If you really look at in the past, at least particularly about 6 or 7 decades, the amount of progress has been exponential. We are not just talking about atomic energy. Atomic energy may be one part. You look at the human comfort that we are talking about everywhere. Comfort has increased substantially. Now, we are also talking about science in its own way. In the past few decades, at least about a couple of decades, in some of the areas of technologies have overtaken the basic science. In fact, this is one area which is of great interest to me as a person from basic science, and also it's very important for the whole country. If you really look around the whole world, the countries which are the best of technology or best producers of technology are the countries which are also strong in science. Be it the United States or European countries, or you look at, say, for example, Japan, now recently emerging China, all of them have done substantially well in science, basic science. So without basic science, no technology can be created. But it must be understood, technology also gives it back to science. The moment science takes up technological roots, automatically science improves. And this has been seen in terms of improvements in health science, in terms of comforts in general life, in terms of transportation, in terms of communication, and so on and so forth. So now, for example, I even see, if you really look at what we call as the educational percentage in 1950s in India, the women were substantially lower in terms of percentage. Even the total literacy itself was very poor, but the men were substantially higher. On the other hand, now you can see the women are competing with men equally well. The gap between the rich and the poor, the gap between the men and women is constantly decreasing. It's a sign of progress. And that progress has happened in many of the European countries as well as United States long ago. But now we are catching up with them. And if you really look at what has happened just a few minutes back, when we were distributing the prizes and medals, almost half of them are women. So what we are witnessing here is what's called gender equality. I'm also a kind of an advisor to the School of Gender Development Studies. We are talking about how there is a disparity, how to improve upon it. But I feel, when I see this kind of people coming up, getting prizes, and the number of women getting degrees from all the places, the gender disparity is slowly disappearing. But at the same time, we cannot say equality has set in all fields. It has to come up. So what we are planning to do in terms of my school is, we have started certain effects or certain progressive measures in the development of science, particularly for promoting science, basic science. That does not mean we want to delete technology, because we are highly aware of the fact we use the same technology to promote science. And one of the important steps that we have taken is the IGNOU-Intel effect. Now we have called, we try to empower the educators to innovate. This is a nice program which I have developed especially for school teachers. And we want to also reach the places far away from some of the cities and urban areas. Though this has received some kind of support in the urban areas, in the rural as well as unreachable areas, it is still lagging behind, and we have taken the first exercise to Sikkim. In fact, we finished with the help of IGNOU and Intel. We have finished the first series of training to train master trainers. I call it a cascading system. What we do is, we select teachers and we appoint a master trainer to train the teachers. And they will become master trainers, and the master trainers subsequently will develop more of them. And this cascading system is expected to generate a large number of innovating teachers who will deliver the goods as we think, as in some of the most advanced countries. And with a population of about 1.21 billion, and with the youngest population exceeding any other country, the promise for India in doing quality science, excellent science, is enormous. And now all other countries are coming to us, not because that they want to do some kind of a business, but they feel that they have inadequate population to engage in basic sciences, and so they would like to come to us to look at the basic sciences so they can take science into technology, convert science into technology. I am very sure this kind of progress will happen in a large way in many places. And I am also sure that IGNOU and Intel will continue to cooperate. And we have also taken a step in another direction. That's what we call as a science and mathematics education. And this will also go hand in hand with the IGNOU-Intel program, so that science at the fundamental or the basic level will have a great boost. And once we get larger number of basic scientists, and we will have a good amount of technology emerging from within India. Instead of borrowing technology, we should be able to generate technology. We look at it in the past about roughly 10 years. The amount of technology that we have developed corresponds to the kind of progress that have taken in science. So I am very sure in this convocation, many of them have come even from School of Sciences, they have got degrees, but they are much fewer compared to some other areas of education. I am very sure large number of people will get into children will be promoted by the parents to deal with science so that they can effectively transform science into technology. I want to again congratulate all the graduates of this day and diploma and degree holders. I wish them luck and better progress in future. Thank you.
So we have some candidates who've just arrived and they would like to receive their awards in person. May I request you to award them the gold medals. One is Mr. Akshay Kumar from the School of Agriculture.
Only one?
No, I have one. The second candidate is Mr. Ashish Sinha for the Professor Grover Cash Award of Rs 3,000.
Vice Chancellor, sir, I request you to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed at the headquarters. The function will continue at regional centers as per their program. Thank you very much.
May I request all of you to please rise from your seats for the national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा
द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा
विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा
उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नाम जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय